Today we have a very interesting topic and I spent hours talking about it. But yeah, let's not do that. I wanted to name this video Tips for Young Ladies in the first place. But while I was writing down my ideas, I saw that there are actually tips that anyone could apply at any given point in time, at any age. So yeah, there are general things, there are cliches, there are things that we know about, but we do not take them seriously. So let's get, where's my coffee? Where's my coffee at? So let's get right into it, shall we? Read. I know. Duh, Gabi. Read as much as you can, but hear me out. Not anything you can. I know that the general opinion would be to read anything you can get your hands on, but I don't agree with that. I mean, there are some grotesque and poorly written books out there that you should never ever lay hands or eyes on. My suggestion would be to not only read what genre you like, but fuel your potential to be great. Try accessing other libraries as well. Expand your knowledge. That being said, reading improves brain connectivity. Throughout the reading period and days afterwards, it has been shown that the brain connectivity has increased, especially in the somatosensory cortex, which is the part of your brain that responds to physical sensations such as movement and pain. Reading increases your ability to empathize. It is said that people who usually read literary fiction share a high capability of understanding the feelings and beliefs of others. Reading builds your vocabulary. Vocabulary size influences many areas of your life, from scores on tests to college admissions to job opportunities. And we all love a well-spoken person, don't we? Reading helps prevent age-related cognitive decline, dementia, Alzheimer's. What was I talking about? Reading reduces stress by lowering blood pressure, heart rate, and feelings of psychological distress. It helps you rest well. Make sure to choose a print book because reading from a device doesn't help too much, especially before bed. And on a personal note, I cannot stand reading from a device. I must have the feeling of a physical book in my hands. Also, fights depression symptoms. People with depression often feel isolated and estranged, and books can help lessen those feelings. Next tip, work out. And I'm not even gonna mention the importance of having a healthy and nutritious diet. Well, I just did. Where should I start? Working out increases the production of endorphins, which are neurochemicals that consist of a large group of peptides, which are produced in the central nervous system and the pituitary gland, and they help produce positive feelings and reduce the perception of pain. It produces changes in the parts of your brain that regulate stress and anxiety. It increases brain sensitivity for hormones such as serotonin and norepinephrine, which help relieve the feelings of depression. It increases energy levels. It helps build muscle. It helps build strong bones. It helps support a fast metabolism. It protects mental function. It helps relieve chronic pain, improves sleep quality. And one more thing. Do you know that post-workout glow? But let me tell you what's the deal. the skin can be affected by the amount of oxidative stress in the body. Oxidative stress occurs when your body's antioxidant defenses cannot completely repair the damage that free radicals cause to cells. This can damage their internal structures. But regular moderate exercise helps your body produce more natural antioxidants and therefore helps protect cells. This causes skin cell adaptations which help delay the appearance of skin aging. Hello darkness, my old friend. Whew. Much better. So where were we? Right, the third tip. Don't compare yourself to anyone. So it probably sounds like a cliche by now, as it has been overused in the past decade. And what do we do when we hear a cliche? We zone out, we redirect our focus. And because of that, we never take time to fully process and comprehend and digest its core meaning. So let me explain a little bit. Just like when buying a new TV, phone, washing machine, doesn't matter. You cannot compare two items without having the full list of specifications for both of the items side by side. The same happens for people. You have a different path, a different progress. Don't ever feel bad because it doesn't align with what you think the norm should be or what we have set as expectations. There are false expectations, and our progress, our paths are never meant to be compared. Always accept and embrace yourself while working on the best version of yourself. Work on you. Think about it this way. Right now, you're just the draft of the masterpiece that you're supposed to be. Now, if we want to talk a little bit about the beauty standards or the physical perspective of this, just know that pores are real and common. And whenever you see poreless photos online, know that they are edited. Or sometimes, like, cameras don't even capture pores. Case closed. Cellulite. Don't ever feel ashamed for having cellulite, because there are plenty of people that are slim and fit and still have cellulite, myself included. Yes, do work on improving the skin texture. Drink a lot of water, have a nutritious and balanced diet, work out regularly. But don't consider it nasty. Don't feel bad for it. Don't beat yourself up for it. In conclusion, don't see yourself as fat, abnormal, ugly, unsuccessful. You're different because you're supposed to be that way. And don't settle. Don't settle. Take care of yourself, of your mental health, of your knowledge, of your physical appearance, but do everything at your own pace. Next, breathe. We read and hear everywhere that we should breathe. Like, boy, I am doing this 24/7. What are you trying to teach me? Well, breathing is one of the most powerful yet underrated tools that we have, especially when it comes to anxiety or even making decisions. Let's talk about the 4-4-4 breathing technique, aka box breathing. This is a great breathing aid technique if your nervous system has kicked into fight or flight mode to trigger your parasympathetic, which is the calming part of your nervous system, into action. The fight or flight response is a combination of reactions to stress, and it has evolved as a survival mechanism. The stress begins, guess where? No, not in the workplace, even though that might be pretty accurate too. But in the brain. When someone confronts some sort of danger, the eyes or the ears or both send the information to the amygdala. which is the area of your brain that contributes to emotional processing. The amygdala interprets the images and the sounds, and whenever it perceives danger, it instantly sends a distress signal to the hypothalamus. Okay, so back to our breathing technique. It's often called box breathing because people usually visualize tracking around the four sides of a box. So how do you do it? Okay, so shift your breath down your torso to breathe from your abdomen, or imagine feeling the space under your diaphragm at the bottom of your lungs. So basically, you breathe in through your nose while slowly counting to 4. Then you keep the air inside your lungs for 4 seconds. Then you start exhaling the air through your mouth, of course, for 4 seconds. And then you repeat everything for at least 3 times. This, my dears, is the box breathing. The next tip is to clean your environment. Mom would be so proud to hear me right now. A clean space can improve productivity, creativity. It maintains the emotional levels. It prevents the spread of germs. It keeps you motivated. It increases brain focus and alertness. It creates a better ambience. It improves the mood and relieves stress. It invokes a feeling of happiness. It helps you sleep better, and so on and so forth. Clutter clouds the brain and disrupts our focus. Another tip would be seek therapy. And I don't mean depressed or anxious people. This is addressed to each and every one of us. Because seeking therapy was never intended to be pejorative. I think you should be proud instead of ever being ashamed of it. You should be proud that you've gathered your courage to give yourself a chance at a better life through all these misconceptions and misinterpretations of reptilian brain people. Many people don't understand that health issues, blockages in their love life, blockages in their financial department can be released through therapy. Okay, fine, you don't care about that healing bullshit, but you do care about money for sure, don't you? And I'm not talking about psychotherapy. There's so many therapies out there, and I think that you should find one that suits you. And for that, just hit your buddy up, Google, and I'm sure that it will help you. Just give it a go. If we got here, the next tip would be to cut off toxicity. Whether it's bad habits, friends, boyfriends, girlfriends, family members, learn to conserve your energy. Of course, I know that sometimes you cannot fully cut off contact with somebody, maybe because you're living in their house, or maybe they're your best friend and you would like to keep it that way, but nonetheless, retract yourself emotionally from that relationship. Stop investing emotionally, because otherwise you're going to be consumed by every interaction that you have with them. Look, I think that all of us have been, or will be at some point toxic. And maybe we as a standalone individual are not toxic, but in a certain relationship with a certain person, we become toxic. We might be good, kind, amazing, rainbows, glitter, sunflowers, unicorns. But at some point, at a given point in time, we become toxic. Now on the other side, whenever you feel that you're giving and giving and giving, because that's how you are as a person, and feel like you're not appreciated and receive repeated signs that it's not reciprocated, just stop. Remove yourself emotionally, and if possible or necessary, even physically. Stop giving people more of what they already do not appreciate. Your acts of kindness and proof of platonic or romantic appreciation won't trigger them to do the same, to reciprocate it to you. So even if it happens, maybe it's rare and temporary. Now don't get me wrong, I'm never gonna say be selfish or stop being kind. What I'm trying to say is that you should be selective with your energy, with your emotions, with your feelings, because you are the most important person to yourself. You are the one that should get the most love and attention from your own self. To end it on an upbeat note, the last tip for this video is to smile more. I know that we're so sick of hearing certain people, you should smile more. Maybe we're not in the mood, and we should